Hi everyone, this is Lisa Cronin from It's the Little Things in Card Making, and I'm back with another video. But before I start, I wanted to show you how Nevin's card came out. In my last video, I showed you how I personalized his name and embossed it and made a chalk-like easel, chalkboard easel. So very cute. He's going to be happy that he's going to see his name on his card. It's a very unusual name. And I had the back stamped. And yeah, I just thought it was adorable. Originally I was going to put a white front or an ivory front. And I just thought that this color would kind of bring out the coloring in the balloons. I did white pigment ink, Hero Arts white pigment ink for the clouds, and threw a few little stars in there. But yeah, he's going to be very excited when he gets this. So that's how Nevin's card turned out. Now what I want to show you is Mama Elephant came out with a set of dies. There's 4 dies in this set, and it's called Quick Stripes. This is the 1/2 inch size, and when you run it through your die cutting machine, you get 6 perfectly cut 1/2 inch sizes. Now the length on these is 6 inches. So this wouldn't apply making a, because what this video is about really is making frames. So if you have a 5x7 card, it's not going to work, because the longest any of these stripes are is 6 inches. But we can still do a lot with them. So they have it at a 1/2 inch. They have a die at 3/8 of an inch. And again, you get 6 strips. They have a 1/4 of an inch, and you get 6 as well. And 1/8 of an inch. And those are the 4 sizes that come in this set. Now, I have a lot of dies that make frames, because if you've watched my videos, you know I love frames for a lot of different reasons. But I'm going to be making some cards and needing frames that are odd sizes, and that's where these come in beautifully. Also, one of the reasons why I like this set is, look how much paper. Now, depending upon the size of the card, for each cut, one cut, you can probably get 2 frames out of it. I'm going to say, yeah, if they're small frames. But you can get quite a bit out of these 6 strips here. And I'll kind of show you that as we go along. This is what I would need to cut out a die frame. And these are good. This is Hero Arts. I have a set of plates from them, dies from them, and this is the Hero Arts set. And it gives it a wood grain look. But the one thing I didn't really like about it, I mean, I'll still use it, it's still a nice die, is the bottom and the top. You see, there's no differentiation of the wood grain going down and the wood grain going across. And that always kind of bothered me a little bit, but I still use the frame. But now I can emboss these pieces, as I did here on the 3/8. I can emboss the pieces in a wood grain with the embossing folder. And if you ask me, I think the wood grain from the embossing folder looks so much nicer than the wood frame on the Hero Arts. It looks more like wood. And the great part is, when I put a piece across, it looks like it's wood grain going across, which is pretty much how frames are made. If you look at any of your photo frames or anything that you have, any kind of decor frames, there's always mitered corners. And that's what this video is about. These dies, mitering the corners, and making frames any shape, any size, as long as they're squared or rectangled. And it's not that hard to do. So that's what we are going to do today. And I've been playing around with this set for a little bit now, like a week and a half. And I've tried all different ways of making frames for cards. And the fastest and easiest way I found is this way. So let's say I cut this out. I die cut this out. Let's say this is the piece I want to frame. Now you know we're not going to find a frame this size. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to take the die and put it to the side, and that leaves me with the negative space. This is what we're going to use to make the shape of the frame. And it's really easy. I'm going to use, should I use the 3/8? It's not going to give me, yeah, I'm going to use the 3/8. Why not? Nah, it's kind of fat. Alright, I'm going to use the 1/4 inch instead. So this is the 1/4 inch. This is what the die looks like. And you get 6 pieces. And this is all I needed to cut. This is all the paper I needed to cut. I have a feeling I'm not really on screen. Yeah, so this versus this. So I'm saving paper as I'm making these frames. And I think that's a positive thing. So I'm going to put that to the side. So now I have my pieces. And I'm going to set them inside where the die cut on the negative space. And I'm going to take them in place. And as I said, this is an odd shape. I'm going to make sure it's butt up against the inner part of that cutout piece. And I'm going to cut this piece in half because I don't need a very large piece. And I am going to butt this up also. And I'm going to tape that in place. And place your tape where you're not going to cut. The only place we're going to cut is the corners. So, when you put your tape down, try to make sure that your tape is not in the way of you cutting. Okay. So now that they're butt up against the edge of where that die cut, I'm going to take a penknife. I'm going to take this little metal ruler. And this is, I believe, a carpenter's tool. I think you can get this like at a Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that. So now I'm going to take my penknife. I'm going to put it in the corner between the rectangle and the horizontal piece on the inside. I want to make sure everything stays stable on the inside. And I'm just going to take my little ruler, I'm going to butt it up against my knife, and I'm going to rotate it until I get to the corner. Once I get to the corner, I'm going to hold it firmly in place, and I'm going to cut and cut until I feel that I've gone through both pieces. And then I'm going to take these away. And you can see that we have a mitered piece that's perfectly aligned. Like I said, perfectly aligned. And I'm going to tape that too, because I don't want that moving. If that moves, that means my other corners will not be squared. And I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to do that with this corner as well. And I'm going to always double check and make sure that everything is flush up against those edges. I'm going to put my penknife down. I'm going to butt my ruler up against it, go to my corner, and then cut. Take away the excess, and there's the mitered corner. And I'm going to tape that in place as well. Look, where's all my tape? Here it is. Make sure it stays in that negative space when you tape it down. We're going to do the next one. We're going to do exactly the same thing. We're going to put penknife down right in that corner, butt the ruler up against it, pivot the ruler until you get to that corner, and cut. And now we have another mitered corner. And we're going to tape that down. Now we're going to get our ruler again, make sure everything is where it should be. Put the penknife down. Go into that corner, butt the ruler up against the penknife, pivot until you get to that corner, that outer corner, and cut through. And there we have another mitered corner. And I'm going to tape that down as well. So now we have all of our corners connecting, and all of our corners are butt up against each other. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some 1/8 inch tape, score tape, and I want to tape these pieces together on the back side. So I'm going to start by making sure when I place it down that it's connecting the corner pieces, the two that are together. So I want the score tape to go over both pieces, the horizontal and the vertical piece. And then I am going to make sure it does the same on the other side. And that tells me that these will not move now. They're going to stay where they are. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to have the tape join those two pieces. And the same thing here. I'm going to join these two pieces on this end. And then I'm just going to tape this side down. So when I want to attach this to the piece that I want to frame, all I do is take off the score tape backing and lay it down. But for now, we have to take all of this ugly tape off. And obviously be careful when you're taking it off. If it comes up on you, just press it back down. And I can now make any shape and any size frame I want. And you know I love my frames. Okay. This one too. Now I'm going to take it out. Look how nice that is, huh? Now let's see. Is it going to fit? Let's glue it down. Let's see. I'm going to take off the smallest part first. Smallest end. And then I'm going to take off just a little bit of the long parts. And the good thing about this is if you see that it's starting to separate a little bit, with score tape, it's kind of flexible, so you can kind of like move it back into place. So I'm going to lay this corner down first. Make sure I'm straight on the end here. And I'm going to just place it down. And as you know, with score tape, once you place it down, it's very hard to get back up. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to kind of position it so that it's going straight. Let me take this off for now, this other end. And I'm going to put that in place. Okay. Now I'm going to slowly take off the release and make sure that it covers the whole piece. I'm going to do the same here. I want it right on the edge. And there we have a frame. Cool, right? Very, very bright. Isn't it very bright? There you go. Can you see how nice those mitered corners are? So you can do any size frame, as long as it's not more than 6 inches, as long as whatever it is that you want to frame is no more than 6 inches, you can make a beautiful frame. And you can emboss it. You can emboss it before you lay it down, before you cut it. Yeah, I mean, this is so cool. If I wanted to do an inner frame, I mean, I've never tried this, but I mean, I guess I could try to do it. But then, you know, I don't know. I wouldn't want to ruin, I guess I wouldn't ruin. Should we try it? All right, let's try it. Let's see if we can do a double frame on this. We're 17 minutes in. Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe another time. Okay, so that's really, that's all I wanted to show you. But isn't it great that you can make any frame you wanted out of this set, and you use less paper and you have more options? I think this is the coolest thing. So again, the reason why I'm posting this video is I wanted to show you that this is probably how I am going to make the frames for the cards that I have coming up. I'm doing more chalkboard cards, and they're going to be so pretty, and they're going to be so easy, and you're going to love it. Okay, so I hope everybody is well. Thank you for stopping by. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section. If you like this video, let me know you like it. Give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. I'd be happy to have you. Okay, until next time, stay well, and goodbye for now.